What does get into mean in this sentence? The thief got into the house through the kitchen window. To enter a place, right? And sometimes using some kind of trick. But does it mean the same if I say, I'm really getting into gardening these days? What about if I say, I couldn't get into my old jeans? It seems I've put on some weight. That seems to be a completely different meaning, right? Look at this one. I'm trying to get into a healthy eating routine. What about if I say, after losing my job, I got into debt? Well, another meaning there. Well, I guess I can also say, I haven't really got into video editing yet. One phrasal verb, get into, and at least 6 different sentences. If you think you already know a decent number of phrasal verbs, why do you still feel confused in conversations? Many phrasal verbs can take different meanings, and if you only learn one, you'll feel confused, frustrated, and lost every time you hear a phrasal verb used in a different context. So today, I'm going to teach you 10 super common phrasal verbs that can take different meanings depending on the context, of course, all with clear and simple examples to make your life easier. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cosette and I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible to break the English ice and start speaking English confidently and fluently. Let's start with get into. This one can take 6 different meanings, so we'll look at each meaning in context. That's the key. So look at these sentences. The thief got into the house through a window. Someone tried to get into my car last night. How did you get into the building without a key? So here, get into means to enter a place, right? Or to gain access. Sometimes using force or some kind of trick. Now look at get into in this set of sentences. I'm really getting into gardening these days. He got into photography during lockdown. Or I've been getting into learning languages lately. As you can see, here get into means to become interested in something new. So to start enjoying something. Now, can you guess what does get into mean in these sentences? I can't get into this dress. It seems I've put on some weight. Or he couldn't get into his old jeans. Or she was able to get into her jacket after struggling for a while. To put on clothing, often with difficulty. Here's another meaning of get into. Can you try and guess from the context while I'll read the sentences? Give it a try. You should get into the routine of practicing English daily. I'm trying to get into the habit of waking up early. You got into a healthy eating routine. Did you get the meaning? That's right. Get into here means to get into a habit or routine. So you step into a habit or a new routine. Let's look at another meaning. This one is number 5. I told you get into can get 6 different meanings as far as I can remember. So look at these sentences. I haven't really got into editing yet. It took me a while to get into coding. He's slowly getting into meditation. Try and make a guess. What does get into mean here? I think you're right. To get familiar with something new. So you step into a new skill. You are learning a new skill. And here's the last one. Let's look at the examples. After losing my job, I got into debt. He got into trouble at school. They got into serious financial problems. Did you guess right? To become involved in a difficult situation or some kind of trouble, usually without intention. Can you see that? Same phrasal verb, get into, and 6 completely different meanings. Let's move on to the next one. This simple phrasal verb can take 4 different meanings. Blow up. I'm sure you know this one. The car blew up. That building blew up in seconds. So, to explode, right? But what if you say something like this? He blew up at me with no reason. She blew up over nothing. The bus suddenly blew up during the meeting. So, what does it mean here? To suddenly become angry. You can think it as explode in anger. What if I told you that I really hope one of my videos blows up online? Or, he blew up overnight. What does it mean there? To become famous very quickly. And yes, there's the literal meaning, of course. Can you blow up the balloons for the birthday party? So to inflate something, blow up balloons, you can also blow up a toy for. Let's move to the phrasal verb make up. Look at the sentences. He made up an excuse. She made up a story. Stop making things up. So what does make up mean here? Invent something. Now try to guess this meaning while I read the sentences. They argued but made up. We fought but made up the next day. I hope they make up soon. Did you get it? What does make up mean here? To reconcile. So for example, you might argue with your siblings or your spouse, but I'm sure you usually make up soon. This next meaning is very interesting. Pay attention to the example sentences. Women make up 50% of the population. Sugar makes up a large part of the recipe. So what does make up mean here? You're right. To form or compose. For example, many clothes nowadays are made up of at least 90% or 80% polyester. It's hard to find natural cotton. One more meaning for the phrasal verb make up. Try to get it from the examples. He worked late to make up the lost time. I'll make up the missed class. So what does make up mean here? To compensate. So here's the phrasal verb breakdown. Let's look at the example sentences. My car broke down in the middle of nowhere. The washing machine broke down. The internet broke down during the meeting. So what does breakdown mean here? Easy, right? So breakdown here means to stop working. Next meaning. Look at the example sentences first. I'm giving you the opportunity to guess the meaning from the context. She broke down in tears. He broke down after hearing the news. Did you get it? So breakdown here means to become emotional. She broke down into tears after hearing the terrible news. And this last meaning of breakdown is probably one I use a lot in my videos. Let me break it down for you. I'm going to break down each phrasal verb with examples. I'm going to break down this lesson into clear explanations. Easy, right? I'm sure you got it. So here, breakdown means to explain something step by step. So when I say I'm going to break down each phrasal verb with clear and simple examples, is I'm going to explain each phrasal verb step by step with clear explanations. Pick up. This one is extremely common in everyday conversations. First, I'll give you the examples and you try to guess or get the meaning from the context. He picked up the baby. Could you please pick up your clothes from the floor? This room is a hot mess. This one is very simple, right? So to lift something from a surface. Now let's look at it in a completely different context. I picked up some Spanish while traveling through Latin America. Children can pick up a new language very quickly. He picked up some useful tips by watching YouTube videos. Did you guess that right? To learn something new naturally. And that means without a formal instruction. So you can learn something in a very natural way. Pick up. You can pick up a language, for example, if you live in a different country. If you go to Portugal, let's say, you'll soon pick up Portuguese. So you'll soon learn Portuguese in a very natural way, just by comprehensible input. This meaning is probably one you already know or use all the time. So look at the example sentences. I'll pick you up at 10. I have to pick up my children from school every day. Can you pick up the groceries from the store? So what does pick up mean here? To collect something or someone from somewhere. I'm sure you know this one. This last pick up meaning might be a challenge. Let's see the examples. My teaching English business is really picking up. Sales are definitely picking up this month. Hey, your English is really picking up. Did you get that? So pick up here means improve. So my teaching English business is picking up, is improving. Sales are picking up this month. So sales are improving this month, are increasing this month. Here's a very simple phrasal verb that can take 4 different meanings. Take out. The first meaning is literal, and I'm sure you already know it. So, excuse me, I need to take out the trash. He took out his wallet to take some money. I take out my phone to check the time. So what's the meaning? You take something out from a place, or you remove something. This one is very literal. Let's move to the next one. Now look at this meaning. He took her out for dinner for Valentine's Day. She took him out for coffee. He's planning to take her out this weekend. So what does take out mean here? You're right, to go on a date. This meaning is interesting. Try to get it from the context. Let's take out tonight. We took out pizza on Friday. They usually take out on Friday evenings. So what does take out mean here? To order food. Let's take out on Friday. So let's order some food on Friday. Last meaning for take out. Look at the examples. The boxer took out his opponent. The team took out the champions. The company took out its main competitors. So what does take out mean here? You're right, to eliminate or to defeat. So for example, the team took out the champions. So they eliminated the champions, or they defeated the champions. Let's move to another one. And here's bring up. Another simple phrasal verb that can take at least 3 different meanings. So try to get it from the context. She brought up an interesting question. He brought up money during dinner. Totally unexpected. So what does bring up mean here? To mention a particular topic. So to start talking about a particular topic, you bring up a particular topic. Let me bring up the next meaning for you with these example sentences. He was brought up by his grandparents. She brought up 3 children as a single mom. I was brought up in Havana. So what does bring up mean here? You got it right. Bring up here means to raise a child. And the last meaning for bring up is a little bit informal, but commonly used in everyday conversations. Look at these example sentences. The baby brought up milk. He brought up his lunch. The medicine made him bring up food. So bring up here means to vomit. Here's a very useful and commonly used phrasal verb that can take 2 different meanings. Give away. Look at the examples first. I'm giving away all my old clothes. The company is giving away tickets. So what does give away mean here? To give something for free. Now, everything changes when you say this. I'm so sorry I gave away the surprise. I really didn't mean to. I accidentally gave away the plan. So here, give away means to reveal something, and sometimes is unintentionally, but you reveal some kind of secret. And here's the phrasal verb workout. I know you are thinking, come on, this is a basic phrasal verb. Yes, if you know one meaning, you are at a basic level. But when you are able to understand 4 different meanings, that means that your English is completely in a different level. So let's get the meaning from these sentences. I work out 3 times a week. He started working out at the gym last month. My sister works out every morning. Easy peasy, right? So here workout means to exercise. Let's take it to the next level. Let's see if you can work out the meaning from these sentences. We need to work out this problem. They worked out the issue. We'll work it out together. So what does work out mean here? To solve a problem or to find a solution to something. Now look how the meaning changes when you say something like this. I hope this lesson works out. Everything worked out well. I'm sorry things didn't work out. So yes, here it means to end successfully or unsuccessfully. Last meaning. Work it out from the sentences. I worked out the total cost. She worked out the answer. So here, work out means to find out something or to calculate something. And this is an easy one. Back up is a simple phrasal verb that can take 3 different meanings. So look at the first set of sentences. Be careful, I'm backing up. The truck backed up slowly. He backed up the car into the driveway. So what does it mean here? To reverse. So with another phrasal verb, to go back. Now look how the phrasal verb back up is used in these sentences. She backed him up during the argument. Thanks for backing me up during the meeting. So what does back up mean here? To support someone. And finally, a very simple and common meaning for the phrasal verb back up. You should back up your files regularly. Make sure you back up your computer regularly. I usually back up all of my videos. So what does back up mean here? To save data. Remember that phrasal verbs become much more easier when you learn them in context instead of memorizing long lists that you are not able to use in your everyday conversations. If you enjoyed the lesson, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends so that we can all break the English ice together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.